motherfuckers.
I fell asleep amidst the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day. Daydream, I dream of you amid the flowers.
Welcome to the Frame of Flower podcast. My name is LMC. I'm joined by a very, very special guest. His name is Kaoru. He's from Japan, Nihon. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, of course. So you are right now you are from Japan, you are now in Mexico, right? Yes,
exactly.
So why are you there? And then let's jump into kind of your background and kind of like how, what drew you to cannabis coming from a country like Japan where it's not common at all.
Okay, so why I'm here? Because I kind of escaped from Japan to do like this activity thing, to this being activist, like keep being activist. Well, I just got, I was just born and raised in Japan, and I just had like a basic education over there. So I went to like elementary school to high school in Japan. And during those days, like I had like a normal drug education too. Well, but at the time I didn't understand anything, like difference between cannabis and I don't know, coke or some kind of drugs. Well, anyway, yeah, I didn't understand anything at all. Like everything was like the same thing,
There's no names for it, right, in Japan too, really. There are, but there aren't really, right? Like,
yeah. Wait, what was the question?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Like,
there's some kind of delay sometimes. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, don't worry at all. So, background. So I, just for the audience, so I did in elementary school, I did an immersion program K through 5. So I know Japanese, and I lived in Japan for like 3 or 4 months in the 5th grade or something. But I'm like there's not even words really for cannabis, right? In Japan.
Yeah.
In Nihongo? No.
Taima. It's a word for cannabis.
Namae, yeah. Namae,
yeah. Well, and I after finished like high school in Japan, I went to abroad to Hawaii because my mother told me to like, if I can speak English, I can be anywhere. Well, that was lie, I need the money to go everywhere, but still I can speak English right now, and I live in Mexico. Well, anyway, so I went to Hawaii for like a college degree, and I took like a social science class. And in the textbook of the social class, there's a one topic about like knowing the difference, like look at the alcohol. In some country, it's illegal, but the other country, like I don't know, Islamic country or somewhere, it's like a ban, right? So the same thing like applies to cannabis too. I didn't know that. Like, well, I knew that at that point, and I got pretty much shocked because what we have been told about cannabis and drugs are like, once you do it, you're gonna be like pretty much fucked up, right?
Is that Dai Warui or something, right? Like,
yeah, that means it. Dai. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty close. Well, so I was kind of curious about it because the textbook says like the plant has like some medicinal values too, and it's been like already used at some place like Amsterdam or somewhere. So I kind of curious about it, and I started like doing research by myself. Well, it was like mostly like just Googling the plants though, but I knew it. I found out like that wasn't the plant and that wasn't the drug, like what we have been told about. So I went just to the street and bought the cannabis and bring back to my dormitory and used it.
Hawaii, right?
Yeah, in Hawaii. And yeah, I knew that like okay, that was like a total lie, everything like what they told about us, about the cannabis to us, is like a lie. Well, and I noticed, and after that I graduated from the school, from the college in Hawaii, and I started working as an office worker. But after that, I got a board as a being like an office worker. So I went California to get a degree, like 4 years university degree. And at that time, like a medicinal cannabis is like already like legalized, has been already legalized in the place.
2017, what year?
What that was like a 2013 or somewhere around 2013.
Well, it was legalized in 2016, Cali.
Really?
They had medical and stuff, right?
Yeah, medical. Yeah, it was
Okay,
medical.
yeah. It was
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
2013. Okay. Around there.
So I got the license, and the process for getting license was like a very easy for me. It was just like a like a basic question.
15
only.
minutes, right?
Yeah, 15 minutes. Definitely. I mean, waiting time is like much longer than that though. So anyway, I got a license, and I tried some medical cannabis. I mean, I didn't differentiate like from like recreational and the medicinal though. But after that, I set up my blog, like weblog, which is called the High Class. That's what I'm doing right now. And I felt like I had to like split this info because some people like got arrested because of the cannabis, and which doesn't have like total bad effect to people. It can be like used like beneficial. So I just set up the blog. Well, while I'm in the university, I didn't do a lot of things about the blog, but after I came back, I started to doing like seriously. But I was working for some company, and in my spare time I just did like
This is back in Nihon or Japan?
yeah, I went back to
back in-
Japan.
yeah.
Yeah, I went back to
So
Japan.
you're
after
working
I
and you're doing this
finished.
blog, right? You're working and then doing this blog. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. And after that, I think I have worked like a year and a half for the company, like in Japan, and I got bored. So, I got nothing to do. I quit the job and I got nothing to do. So there's a one place in California I really want to go. And that was like a Oaksterdam University, where I can study about the like
The
growing
original one,
plants.
right? That's the first.
Yes.
That's the first school in the world. Yeah, Oaksterdam.
Yes,
Yeah, very
yes.
famous school.
Oh my God, you know a lot.
Yeah. I know all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so Oaksterdam. They're in Oakland, or where are they at?
It was at Oakland. Yeah.
Oakland. Yeah.
It's in Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent like 3 months there and study a lot about like how to grow weed, because I didn't study about the law class, because if I know the law, like a local law in California, how can I use that? So, and after spending 3 months there, I went back to Japan again, and I like put everything I have learned into my blog. It's not like translating, but it's kind of same concept. So I basically the things I did was like basically like telling people how to grow it like easily in the cheap, so that people can grow it. But I didn't know that like that was like a kind of bad decision. Well, anyway. And after that, what did I do?
So you're still in California, right? Just to clarify. So you're in California. You've been writing this blog. Now you're writing it in
I'm back
Japanese.
to Japan.
Yeah,
and
come
going
back
to
to Japan. Yeah.
Oxford again, and come back to Japan. And I took a job again as an office worker again. Yeah, but it didn't like last long.
Tokyo.
It was in Tokyo. It was in
Tokyo.
Tokyo. I think that was like I was working as a software engineer, but it was pretty boring. So I mean, it wasn't boring, but that wasn't
Doing coding,
fun.
right?
Yeah, I was coding.
Oh yeah, that's
being
hard.
quiet, I just couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
it was very difficult work, and I think I have spent there like 6 months and quit the job. Well, the job was boring, but also like the company was kind of like a sketchy, like the company made workers like working like 24 hours and staying in the company and everything like that. Well, that's kind of like normal things in Japan,
Yeah.
like as an engineer. So, but I didn't like it, so I quit it again. I'm a quitter, I guess.
No, you're creative,
Yeah.
man. No, you're good.
Yeah, but yes, I could focus on like what I wanted to do, and I spent so much time for my like developing my web blog things. And while I'm doing like developing my blogs, I thought I wanted to like learn. I would like to learn more about like growing theory. And I don't know, like I just wanted to grow a lot. Because when I was in Japan, I couldn't grow anything, because it's pretty like it's
Very
severely
illegal.
like illegal. Yes. Well, so I decided to live somewhere like I can grow weed and and I don't know, like have a better life with weed.
Well,
So I
doing what you want to
decided,
do, what you love. Yeah. So that's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's what my life. So I had to follow.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to Mexico. Yeah. And at the first time I came here like as a tourist. So I had like a 6-month visa and I was looking for a job because I want to stay like longer term, like long term. Well, luckily I got a job from one company and I had to go back to Japan for doing like visa process thing. Like I have to switch my visa from like tourist to like
Worker.
yes, employee, yeah, workers. So I came back to Japan again. And while I was waiting for the paperwork from like minister, what other ministry? No.
Travel minister or something like that.
Yeah, like a Mexican ambassador in
Oh,
Japan.
ambassador. Yeah.
Yeah, and so while I was waiting for that, Japanese police came to my house and raided, and they took me to somewhere, I don't know, like it's in Japan though, but it's pretty rural area. I took like bullet plane, like 4 hours.
Outside of Tokyo.
Yeah, outside of Tokyo.
Is it near Kashima? You know Kashima? No, that's not
it's actually in Hiroshima.
Oh, it's in Hiroshima. Okay.
Yeah, I was in Hiroshima, and it was like first time to like be there as a trip. And yeah, I was put into like a detention center, and I spent like 40 days over there, and I got free like without charging any criminals. And finally,
what did they? So why did they do that? We could talk about a little bit of that. Like so.
Oh, why did they come? Why did they come?
Why did they come? Yeah.
Because I had a web blog and I was talking about how to grow weed like publicly, and the police told me like this blog is making people smoke weed. Like, yeah, they said that something like that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
They're like no, that you can't do that. That's illegal, obviously.
It's illegal. I mean, even just telling people, how to grow weed, it's illegal.
Yeah.
But those kind of info, like it's everywhere in the internet, and we can have like a Google Translator or anything. We even have a book, like a Japanese book, like how to grow weed. But I got arrested. Well, anyway, after 40 days, I got free, and I finally came back to Mexico and being activist again. Yeah, happily, I guess.
And so now you're to this point, right? So that's the story of how
that's my background. Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
Thank you.
Wow, that's insane, man. So are there any other activists that are in cannabis that are Japanese?
Yes, we do. I mean, we have a lot. Yeah, there are a lot, but most of the people, like like noticeable, like outstanding people, like outstanding activists, are living in like outside of Japan right now.
Yeah, they're all. There's no one that's living there right now.
Yeah, actually, there's a one like who was like ex-actress in Japan. Like she was like a very famous actress.
But she's like famous, so she's kind of protected, kind of a little bit, or like
yeah.
So why, like in your opinion, because I remember when I was like, I can't remember when I really found out about it, but like, why is, the Japanese, why has cannabis not really been a thing there? Like, why has why is, it's so illegal? And what are some
Oh,
of the penalties? Let's say if you get caught with, some cannabis.
penalty. Well, it's up to like what you do about the penalty. Like if you have like just a weed, like a gram of weed or something, probably you will get like less than 5 years, like in jail, or you have to pay like that was like 10,000.
Less than 5 years.
Yeah, less than 5 years. Yeah,
Wow. So that's a lot, like for 1 gram.
for 1 gram.
Wow.
Maybe right now, like these days, like they don't like.
Probably gone down a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have 1 gram, probably you will get in jail again. Less than 1 gram, maybe it's okay though.
Maybe it's okay, but like
Maybe it's okay.
1
Maybe it's
gram.
okay. It's yeah, it's up to police or
T-side, yeah.
yeah, just a little.
Yeah, just a little. Well, so what weren't the laws like way more stricter like years ago? Because last time I was in Japan, I think I was what, like 10 or 12,
Yeah.
and I'm 24 now, so it's been like almost a decade. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Junen or
Mhm.
I'm trying. Sorry, Bokuno. Yeah, so my Nihongo is totemo warui. So, but was it worse like 10 years ago, the penalty, or no? Has that changed?
I think it hasn't changed, on the paper, like on the document, but like when the judge gives you like the decision, that changes like a little bit, like
That has changed. So
yeah.
what if I got caught with a pound?
Pound? Probably you will get in jail, or maybe you have to pay for
what? For how long?
Maybe I think it's not like less than 5 years. Maybe it's like more than 5 years and less than 7 years. Maybe you will be like suspected like you are selling weed and growing or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you are operating something sketchy.
Yeah. Is there has there been a lot of people in Japan that have gone to jail for cannabis?
Yes, a lot. There are a lot. Yeah, I don't know like exactly like how much exactly, but like I do like live streaming like every day, and I think I see like every news article of like arresting for cannabis possession like every other day or something like that. So it's a lot.
Is there a large illegal market in Nihon or in Japan?
Illegal market?
Illegal, like is there a lot of people like buying it, selling it? No, very small.
Yeah, I think it's very small right now. Well, it's not that small. I don't know actually, like like very deep down, like internet, like web. People buy and sell stuff lately, and actually the number of people who have been getting arrested is like increased. It's being increased right now. So yeah, actually it's there must be like huge illegal market there.
Yeah, 100%. So when do you think Japan will ever legalize? Do you think that
I don't know.
I know that you're laughing because it's going to be such a long time, right?
Probably, I'm assuming like every Asian country got legalized the weed. Probably next one is like Japan. We're the probably last one, probably. Yeah.
I'd say, what about China? China's probably last.
No, I don't think so.
Really? You don't? Why? Why do you not think so?
They do a lot of stuff. Like they test a lot of stuff. They do a lot of
cannabinoid testing and like, yeah, you're right. And people like, I learned this pretty early on. Like, Japan is really against weed.
Yeah, we are really against, and we we have never talked about like, okay, let's do the testing, like lab thing, like doing the experiment thing. We haven't heard of that.
Yeah. So why do you think that is? Because just my guess. Mm-hmm. My guess would be one, the culture is, really, really hardworking, diligent, and do you think that because cannabis has this notion? I know when the US made it illegal back in
I know.
like that's what made a lot of the countries, especially, especially in Asia. I don't know. I don't know the exact history, but with like Japan, but like when they, because it's never really been around there ever. Um, but so why do you think that it's so, why do you think that they're so against it?
Well, like you said, like, you know, the US government banned that. So, but without reason. And right now we are still, you know, we still have the same law, like, I don't know, somewhere like back then. But because it's like, I'm guessing like someone is getting profit from that, you know, like police or maybe like some kind of special unit from like, which one was that? Like Ministry of like Health and Work and some kind of administration. So they control that stuff. I mean, they have like this unit, like who arrests like people who use cannabis, like especially cannabis. I don't know why, but police do the same thing. But I don't know why this ministry has like this unit, but they, you know, have profit from like.
So do they have private? They have private prisons in Japan.
What
Private private prisons, meaning like, so in the US, right, like there's private prisons
private
where
prison?
the US
Wait, do you guys
government
have like private prison?
yeah, we have private prisons, bro. Private, and that
I don't
means,
think we have something like that.
well, so what happens is every inmate that they get, the US government pays that private prison, that company, right, they get like $50,000, $60,000 a year for that. You see what I mean? So they incentivize and then cannabis, right, is used by so many people that it's one of the easy, it's used as a tool to put people in prison.
Right.
Most of the US's population in prison is for nonviolent drug charges.
Okay. Yeah, actually I have heard of that, like the private prison. It's like a corporate thing, right? Corporate.
There's stocks you can buy on them. Yeah, you can literally buy stocks on people going to prison, like in America. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea though, but probably
bad
we don't
idea.
have it. I've never heard of it. Yeah, there's no private prison.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty unique thing to America. Like, there's not really like that. America's terrible for that. It's so capitalist.
It's terrible, but yeah.
It's like there's literally stocks on people going to jail, and then you wonder why we have the largest prison population in the world. Like we literally have more people in prison than China, right?
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, you can make an argument, I guess, with yeah.
Pretty shocking.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and I remember, was there not someone that got caught with a bunch of cannabis? This is like years ago, and they were going to get the death penalty in Japan, or no? No, wrong. No, that's Thailand, maybe. Yeah, we don't put death penalty for like cannabis use or possession. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think so. Okay, yeah. So if you think that, but like, so what would you think though if the U.S. was to, so let's say the U.S. fully legalizes cannabis, do you think that would help, that would push Japan too as well?
Yeah, because of course, definitely. You know, like a lot of people like may realize, you know, what it is like actually. Because what we have been told is like once you do it, you're gonna be like fucked up. So you know, it's clearly lie, right? Yeah, I mean, there's an industry, like huge industry, like in this, you know, like United States and Canada and everywhere, like it's been legalized. So it's just total bullshit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, I think once the US does legalize, it will have like it will spread to other countries where they'll be like, and Japan, and Japan, and Nihon and the US, like, very close ties, right? So like,
yes. I mean, we are followers,
Well, no, I mean, you guys are innovators too, but like just since the 1940s, really. A lot. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing, is like when the US back in the day, when they made it illegal, they forced a lot of countries to do it as well. And so I think that once it goes the other way, once the federal government legalizes it, I think that'll really help other countries. It'll push other countries, like and So you think Japan will be the last country, right, in Asia?
In Asia, yeah.
Really?
I
Wow.
guess so. I guess so.
Wow. That's so is there any name, is there namae for cannabis or no?
I think we are using like what you guys are using, you know,
Is
like
it is in katakana?
yeah, it's in katakana.
Katakana? Yeah.
Like I don't know, like
Cannabis.
purple haze. I don't know.
Purple haze. Yeah.
Yes, it's like purple haze, right?
Purple haze. Yeah. Katakana for anybody listening is like, so there's like 3 alphabets in Japanese, and there's hiragana, which is like traditional, like
Yes,
right,
traditional.
just yeah, words that are actually Japanese, and then they made a whole alphabet for katakana, which is for like other words that they don't have, you guys don't have, right? And then there's kanji, which is, you know, a little much older language or alphabet. Not even alphabet, it's really like, yeah, kanji is muzukashi, very difficult for me. I was never good at it.
I cannot even write a lot right now, you know, like that I could use to do it.
You used to be able to really, yeah.
I used to write a lot though.
Yeah, well, it's crazy with katakana is like, I mean, with kanji, you know, like the same characters can mean like 5 different things.
Oh yeah.
It can mean, depending on how it's placed in like the, you know,
Exactly.
right, like
Yeah.
So wow. I'm gonna, because I have friends in Japan. I want to go back. I want to go back and bring a bunch of weed with me.
We gotta wait for the legalization.
You gotta wait, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. How easy would it be to get cannabis in if I was in Tokyo?
I have never tried it, but it seems pretty easy.
Seems pretty easy. Who do you go to?
If you know someone, you can get like definitely like a real one. But if you don't have anyone, I mean, we do it like we deal via the Twitter right now, like so SNS like a lot. We use Twitter, some kind of like Instagram. So people are posting like a picture of like you know, the vegetable. I mean,
they have the the Instagram trappers I love that.
Yeah, we use some kind of code because we cannot say like cannabis or marijuana or timer. So we call them like
is timer, what is timer? Wait.
Timer is like a Japanese name for cannabis.
It's the Japanese name for cannabis. Oh, so that's the word, timer. Okay.
Timer.
Okay. Wow. Actually.
So
yeah. That's crazy. I love that timer. So like who like, so is it just random people, or is it like, I don't know if I should say that, like, is it Yakuza that have, you know, or no?
Well, the people who selling, right?
Yeah.
Probably it's connected to like Yakuza.
Yakuza are connected to everything though, like that. Like
not always though, but you know.
But usually. Yeah. But like you know, like I know like because my best friend Zenzo, shout out to Zenzo, by the way, for listening, bro. I love you. He, you know, he's got, you know, family in Yakuza, and you know, they're involved in everything, right? I mean, they're actually pretty chill, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. But anyway, I was curious. So there is that connect. Okay. Interesting. Super interesting. Wow, so really cool. So how's it been? So you're in Mexico, you know, Mexico City or something, or, you know.
Wait, how long have I been here?
No, yeah. Like you're in Mexico right now, right? Obviously. Yeah. And so how long you been there? How has it been? And
well, it's been like a 1.5 year now, 1.5. Yeah. And I'm still like suffering like every day because I don't speak Spanish. That's
Anata no Spango.
Muy básico, muy mal.
Básico. No, I bet it's good. I could.
No, estoy aprendiendo like poquito.
Oh no, you see, I don't know. Boku no Spango.
Okay, sorry.
Totemo warui as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Language program. That's huge.
Yeah. Well, your English, you know, English is muy sugoi. Yeah.
I was in like California, I went to university.
Yeah. So you have a lot of time. So you spent there. So you're gonna be. I mean, you'll be trilingual pretty soon, though. The longer you stay there,
Maybe,
right?
hopefully.
Well, you're living there, and it gets like the best way, to learn a language is live.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
being surrounded by the environment, right?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Is that cannabis behind you?
What?
Is that cannabis behind you or no?
Oh yeah, it is. It is, of course.
There we go. We saw the
I like
packs.
Yeah, I don't buy from shady guy. I don't want to say shady guys, but yeah.
Do you know the name? Do you know the namae for cannabis and mota?
Mota, see?
Mota.
Mota. Yeah, that's the word I know. Like when
¿Dónde está mota? ¿Dónde está mota?
¿Dónde está mota? Yo quiero comprar mota. Yeah, that's an important phrase.
Yeah, that you got to know that. That's where like ¿Dónde está baño? El baño, ¿dónde está mota? I love that. Essentials, exactly, 100%. The essentials. Well, what's interesting, right? In Mexico, right? Cannabis actually is really not very popular.
Is that?
With older folks, there's actually there's almost a similarity a little bit with Japan and Mexico in the sense where I think there's definitely differences in where cannabis, marijuana, it's all over, Mexico, right? And there's because cartels grow it and stuff, and or just people grow it and stuff, right? And it's not really the case in Japan, but there is kind of that similarity where the older generations, they don't like cannabis that much,
right?
Like if you look at the statistics in Mexico, it's like I think it's like 60% of people 40 years or older don't like cannabis. They don't.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I know, it's an interesting thing. I didn't really realize it either. Then I was talking to some friends of mine that are from Mexico, and they're like, yeah, it's just culturally, people just think like, oh, you're lazy, if you
Okay.
So there's kind of those similarities with Japan a little bit, where it's just these that's just like the people that's just what they think, right? That's obviously not true. Like there's all different types of stoners, right? There's really proactive, hardworking stoners. There's some lazy stoners, of course, right? And then there's all different types, though. That's the point, right? It's not just
very understandable though.
Yeah, 100%. Wow. So what's the future plans? Is there any sort of cannabis organizations in Japan? Like any sort of pro legalization organization?
Yeah, we actually have few organizations, but I don't think they've been active lately, because that was founded while ago, maybe 2 decades or 3 decades ago, and people who used to belong to this organization has been passed away, so it's not active.
Wow, 30 years ago though they started. Wow.
Maybe, but definitely 2
while
decades
ago.
Yeah, 2 decades ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder why. You don't know? Yeah.
I have no idea.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's super wild. Wow. Well, do you talk with other activists from Japan?
Have I talked with activists in Japan?
Other activists around the world or that are in Japan, or are you gonna
I've done that. Do this kind of stuff, online.
Yeah.
I don't know, meeting. I don't know, but discussion.
Interview, podcast, meeting.
Yeah, interview, podcast, and since RJ, my friend, he booked other shows too. So
I know you've been on a lot of shows. You're getting
not
famous.
that a lot though, but I have to speak in English. Yeah.
Your English is very good. Yeah, it's super good. Like you said, you've been living it.
Always, man.
No, it's very good. It's very good. Yeah, so very cool. So are you just into growing, or what's the future for you? Were you looking to get into the industries? Let's say, because Mexico's about to legalize here very soon.
Yes.
would you go into the industry there, or do you want to be a part? Do you want to work in the industry or no?
I would like to be part of the industry. I want to work for that definitely, because so that I can like prove, I work for this, but I have life. So I definitely got to do something like big, like a little bit of big, so that people can understand.
Show Japanese people that this is like, yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. What drugs are really popular in Japan?
What drugs are popular in Japan?
Yeah, like cocaine.
Lately,
like I know cocaine's some little, not like really popular, but like
not a popular. Only rich people though.
Yeah.
Maybe like that meth.
Meth. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a meth. We call it like a kakusei, but I think it's a meth. Yeah.
Kakusei.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Lately, cannabis. Yeah, it's been popular.
It's been really popular in
It's
Japan.
been pretty popular because
What was the name again? I need to remember. I need to write this down.
Taima.
Taima. So it's just
the
like
international is like Taima.
Taima.
Yes.
Is it Daima or Taima?
Taima. T. Yeah. Start
So
with
it's T. Okay, so the ta.
Ta.
Oh, that's weird. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Taima. Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
Taima. Ma. So it's like ta, ma,
Ta. I.
tai e.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. Sotomate. Wait. So.
Take your time.
Wait. Sorry, I'm trying.
I can
What
wait.
is it? I can't remember. Tai e.
Yes, exactly.
Daima.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Wait, is that the ta? Is the ta right?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there we
good.
go. Sorry, I just
Perfect.
forgot a lot. Wow, dude, very cool. So I'm trying to think too. So yeah, so cannabis is becoming really popular. CBD.
CBD, yes. But the things we have, like the CBD we can import is like we have like a limit, like I don't know, it's a special. I don't know how can I call this, but it has like
Limited
like
supply.
a 0 THC on it.
Yeah, 0 THC, limited heavily.
Yeah,
Is it just for medical or?
It's just it's not a medical or anything. It's just it's in the category of like beauty and health products, So, but it doesn't have a THC, like zero. Probably you can have like a CBD with like a little bit of a THC, right? Like one.
Well, I mean, we have all legal. Like I'm in.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm in Washington State. Yeah. But in like places like. Yeah, but like places where it's like where it's completely illegal, you can have 0.30 or less, right? That's like the hemp, right? Is there a name? Is there a name for hemp or no?
Name for like CBD?
No, like hemp. Like, is there a name for it? Like Taima is cannabis, or is there a name for hemp or no?
Actually, we call hemp as asa.
Asa?
Yes, asa.
Asa. Okay. Sa. What is?
What can you hear like barking? Like
choto. No, it's good.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Wait.
Yes. No, you don't need that. You don't need.
Is that the sa though, right? Isa. Yeah, very cool. Okay. Wow. Wow. So you gotta, if you ever come up to Washington, you gotta Seattle, you gotta come hang out.
Wait, you live in Seattle?
Hey, I'm from Seattle. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know like where like people living like over the internet, Like,
oh yeah. Yeah. Seattle. Yep.
Cool. I
Have
never
you been there?
there. What?
You've been to Seattle?
No, I have never.
Yeah.
Because I have how like it rains a lot.
Yeah, that's the cliche. Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice out today though. It was nice out. Yeah, you'll have to come out. Wow, dude, very cool. Well, I really appreciate you for coming on. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you? I'm curious. I'm trying to think though right now off the top of my head. What? I had a couple more questions for you actually. Let me get. What country in Asia is the most friendly to cannabis? Do you know? Or Taima?
I guess right now it's like Thailand.
Thailand used to be really bad, but Thailand
Yeah.
just opened up. They
Mhm.
said that they're gonna start using it as a crop, like
Right.
Yeah.
As
So
a
Thailand
medicine.
is really.
So Thailand, I guess so. And any other Asian countries? I don't think there's no friendly country.
It's not many. Yeah, there's not many.
Uh,
Oh well, Vietnam, no.
Vietnam? I don't think
No,
so.
no, they're not very friendly at all.
Maybe Korea, but it's just for like a medicinal use, I guess.
Yeah, Korea. Yeah, no. I think I haven't heard a ton. Yeah, Korea is not super. Yeah, they're not
Friendly.
super friendly.
So maybe only the Thailand yet so far.
So what's the name of the website? So for anybody that watches, they can.
Oh, it's the high class.
The High Class. Okay, so thehighclass.com.
Oh yeah, I got this. Yes, .com.
Put it right there. Wait, sorry, keep going.
That's oh yeah, the high class.
Perfect. .jp. Okay, sweet.
Oh yeah, you are reading. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that like you're reading this URL.
No, you're good. You're good. I can't. I'll get banned if I put the link down below. So I want to make sure people can see it on the screen.
That's good.
Like YouTube they don't allow that, unfortunately. Well, yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. I'd love to have you back in the future.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Man, this is like a Chinese character. It's a timer.
Taima.
But this one is like asa. You can read it as a asa too.
Yeah.
So it's hemp and marijuana. I mean cannabis.
And that's Chinese.
It's Chinese, Japanese.
I mean, yeah, mixed. Yeah,
we stole the system.
Yeah, a little bit, right? I know the history of it. It's a little, yeah. It's all mixed, It's all, But yeah, I guess ancient Chinese, yeah. Kanji is from there, and then hiragana is the original, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. This has been episode number 36 of the Frame of Flower podcast, joined by my friend Kaudu. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arzamas.
Really appreciate y'all. If you guys want to go check out his blog, guys, like I said, it's thehighclass.jp. Go check it out, especially if you're anybody that's Japanese. People like this are really important. So honestly, so
too.
really, arigato gozaimasu.
Arzamas. All right.